680's Richard Southern joins us. Hello, Richard. Nice to see you again.
Welcome back, Francis. By the way, Francis was keeping us all sufficiently jealous last week by posting his nice vacation photos online.
It was nice.
We're here at work, and here's a picture of Francis with his mojito on the beach. I hope you had a good time, though, Francis.
I did. It was great.
Good.
You know, one of your business stories a couple of weeks ago was about Hyatt hotels dumping their straws.
Yes.
We were at a Hyatt. We had no straws.
Did you miss them?
Didn't miss them. So it was okay.
Good. You don't, yeah, just the mojito goes down quicker without the straw anyways.
That's true. That is true. So in real business news, the Russian government has sold off most of its vast holdings of U.S. debt for reasons that remain mysterious, and it has some wondering if Russia knows something that we don't.
Yeah,
what do you know?
Something going to happen down the road. What's going on here? Russia has unloaded 84% of its holdings of U.S. Treasury. This is U.S. debt. And this means that Mr. Putin and company has sold more than $80 billion worth of U.S. debt just within the past couple of months. It's a very unusual move. The question is why. Some speculate that Russia is reacting to U.S. sanctions, maybe selling these assets to avoid them being seized. Others think the Treasury dump was an attempt to drive up the cost of U.S. borrowing. If so, it didn't work so well. The U.S. Treasury 10-year yield up only 11 basis points over this time frame. The third possibility is that Russia, predicting a move in the market, sold these treasuries. Maybe they're expecting an event to take place in the future they hope to take advantage of. No one's quite sure. China remains the biggest holder of U.S. debt, Francis.
Mystery.
Yes.
So it looks like Premier Doug Ford is going to allow the sale of cannabis in private stores, and that has Canada's biggest pot producers chomping at the bit.
Yeah, because they don't want to open their own stores, right? And this would create what you call a vertically integrated company where they grow the pot and then they sell it in a store. This could make them even more profitable. Bruce Linton, CEO of Canopy Growth, on the line. First off, Bruce, do you think this move by Ontario will be good for consumers?
I think it's going to create way more points of presence, and I think that they're going to operate at a lower cost operation. So I think for the consumer, they're actually going to have much more access much sooner.
Your recreational brand is called Tweed. Do you envision a day when there's like a Tweed store on every corner and I can go in and get my cannabis?
I think that's very likely.
Are you like scouting locations in Toronto and elsewhere in Ontario?
If you wait until if you wait until this is announced and you're on it then, I imagine we've probably been pretty busy thinking about where good locations would be and working on that.
So, Francis, they're ready to go with this. And another thing to look out for is the fact that any company we think will be able to apply for a license to sell. Shoppers Drug Mart, we know, has been very interested in this. And what have they been doing? They've been bulking up their stores downtown, opening one even there at Young Dundas Square, maybe in anticipation of this.
Never know. Well, the Malaysian government released what may be its final report into the mysterious disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370.
Yeah, it draws no conclusion about exactly what happened to the plane that vanished in March of 2014. The report, though, for the first time by the Malaysian government concedes that someone programmed the navigational computers to intentionally fly the plane off course. It says someone switched the transponder off, preventing anyone from tracking the plane. Doesn't say who. It does, though, discount the only real credible theory that's emerged, that being Captain Zahari, the man in charge of the jet, was the one who intentionally flew it off course. Investigators from Malaysia say they don't think that was the case based on his mental history and based on his background. The mystery continues, Francis. A lot of experts, though, continue to think it was the pilot at fault. We've got to find the wreckage to really know for sure.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
Canadians continue to spend big money on their pets. I don't understand this, I'll be honest.
You and I, we've talked about this. It's a controversial stance to take, but you and I aren't exactly dog people,
no,
right?
And yet people spend money on accessories like this.
Oh, they do. The surveillance camera for your dog. See what he's up to while you're at work, Francis. There's even two-way audio and video. There's a treat dispenser, $169 for that.
Wait, it dispenses treats?
Yes,
okay,
you can push
I can see that.
You push the button, you give the dog a treat while you're at work. That's kind of interesting. The hands-free dog leash. Play with your phone, carry your coffee, go for a run for $16.
Yeah, if you have a really big dog, the dog takes you for a run.
Exactly. I like this next one. If you got a pet, I guess this makes sense now. It's the pet GPS tracker for $80. You put it on a dog's collar, and then you download an app, and on your phone it tells you where your dog is. That's a good idea.
Can I put that on my child? Is that okay, or just?
You'll need 3 of those for your kids. The iFetch for $84. Humans may lose interest in throwing the ball around. Maybe they didn't want to touch those gross tennis balls your dog's had its mouth all over. This launches them automatically 30 feet away.
And does that come for kids as well? No, I want to throw the ball myself.
You want a hands-off approach with those kids.
I want to throw the ball to the dog.
That's part of the fun, right?
It is.
The doggy treadmill. No more taking the dog for a walk. Let him do that himself or herself.
Oh, boy.
$650
Wow.
to avoid
Wow.
the walk, Francis.
You can't get them a gym membership, can you?
We need the
Yes.
doggy walk. That's what we need,
We do.
the doggy treadmill.
So it is the hot trend in the travel business this summer. Richard, you've got the naked truth on these trips that involve packing very light.
It's the naycation, they call it, Francis.
The
naked vacation. Really on the upswing. It's a more than $5 billion industry now. There's more than
$5 billion? Where do you put that if you're not wearing clothes?
Where do you keep your bank card? There are more than 270 nudist resorts through the world. And, you know, this is actually a phenomenon that's taking place at the top end of the market. Luxury is what you're seeing in this industry, right? There's places now in Jamaica and Mexico, 5-star all-inclusive resorts featuring bars, gourmet dining, gyms, spas, the like, but yet, you know, you got to be nude to take advantage of all of it. This does have one advantage, the naycation, fewer clothes to pack. And in the day and age of airlines charging for additional baggage, that might be one distinct monetary advantage to the nude trip, Francis.
Didn't I read a story also this week which ties in that nudist colonies are having trouble attracting a younger crowd?
The millennials aren't exactly down with that.
No.
We need our avocado toast and our pants, as it turns out, Francis.
Okay, good.
You like that? That's good.
Yeah. Oh, changing the topic. McDonald's is marking the 50th anniversary of the Big Mac by introducing a currency backed by the popular sandwich. Really?
Yeah, it is called the Mac coin, Francis. So you'll get one with your purchase of a Big Mac. You can then redeem it for a free Big Mac anywhere in the world. Now, McDonald's was inspired to come out with these brass-colored Mac coins by the fact that the Big Mac now has a real role in measuring purchasing power. The Economist magazine for years has what's called the Big Mac Index. It looks at the purchasing power of individual currencies by looking at how much a Big Mac costs in each different country. They're going to distribute 6.2 million of these Mac coins. Fun fact, when they first came out with the Big Mac back 50 years ago, Francis, it was called the Aristocrat. So remember that for your next trivia night.
And where's the most expensive Big Mac, Richard?
I forget. I think it was in Singapore last time I looked at the Big Mac.
I think, have to do some homework.
I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay, thanks. See you, Richard. Take care.